And after watching this movie, I really want to have pizza right now, actually. So yeah, and also which is actually the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' favorite food, actually, which is pizza, actually. So yeah. And also, yeah, and speaking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, today, guys, I am going to be doing my movie review on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. So, yeah. So, before I go right over here, I'm going to say this. Yes, guys, I am reviewing this movie right now, actually. So, yeah, guys, and also, cue the intro. Okay, guys, this is it. And today, I'm going to be reviewing this movie right now, today. So, yeah. So, without further ado, I'm going to be reviewing this movie right now, actually. So, yeah. Hey, guys, this is Evan's Disney's Film Corner 2023 here on Take Guess What, guys. And today, I am going to be doing my movie review on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Came in the year of 2023. So, yeah. So, yeah, guys, so I am going to read this plot on the internet. So, yeah. So, basically, what the plot's about, after years of being sheltered from the human world, the Turtle Brothers set out to win the hearts of the New Yorkers and be accepted as normal teenagers. Their new friend April O'Neil helps them to take on a mysterious crime cycle. But they soon get in over their heads when an army of mutants is unleashed upon them. So yeah. So that's basically what the plot's about this movie. So yeah, so I did remember that this movie actually did premiere at the Annecy International Animation Film Festival on June 12th of 2023. I mean, just 2.5 months. I mean, a month and a half before the movie's release, actually, on August 12th of 2023, which honestly, yes, this movie did get released on August 12th of 2023. No, this movie did get released on August 2nd of 2023. Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah. Yeah, I meant to say August 2nd, not August 12th. I mean, yeah, this movie did get its did premiere at the Annecy International Animation Film Festival on June 12th of 2023, and it did get released in theaters on August 12th of 2023, which was 1.5 ago. So yeah, I meant 1 week and a half ago. So yeah. So yeah, guys. So yeah, and even though this movie is actually directed by Jeff Rowe, who directed Mitchell vs. Machines, and yeah. Despite I'm not the biggest fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I was really looking forward to this movie, considering that it is directed by the co-director of the Mitchells vs. Machines, Jeff Rowe, which yeah, and yeah, and also speaking of Steph Rogen and Evan Gerlberg, which honestly, yeah, even though they have done an animated film before with Sausage Party, which honestly, that's an adult animated film. I do know that movie had a really nightmares production, actually, which how the animators were treated. It at Nitrogen Studios animating the movie, actually, but honestly, yeah. Which I heard from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem that the production of the movie went pretty well, actually. The animators were actually treated much better, actually. And honestly, I actually heard it did confirm that Jeff Rowe did confirm that that they made sure that the animators weren't overworked, actually. Yeah, which honestly, yeah. And also, yeah, the animation and yeah. And also the animation in the movie which we'll get to later. So yeah. But yeah, I was really looking forward to this movie, and honestly, yeah. And yes, I did see this movie in theaters on August 12th of 2023, and I have to say I had a blast seeing this movie in theaters, actually. So yeah. So yeah, guys. So what do I think of this movie? I have to say this is definitely a fantastic movie. I mean, yeah, I had a blast seeing this movie in theaters. Like, yeah, like I would say this is my second favorite animated movie of 2023 so far, with my number one favorite being Nimona, and also this is actually my third favorite movie of 2023 so far, right under Barbie being my second favorite, and my number one favorite being Nimona so far. So yeah, which honestly, man, 2023 has been a big year for stylized animated movies. And also, speaking of this movie, this is the first stylized animated movie I saw in theaters. That is awesome, actually. And honestly, yeah. And also, yeah. And I know, yeah, we did get, the ones we, yeah, yeah, the ones we did get so far this year, even though we do have 4 stylized anime movies that are going to be out this year, like we already got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Nimona, and especially this movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. And we have one more stylized anime movie coming out this year with Wish, which comes out November 22nd of 2023. That's the final stylized animated movie that we are getting this year, but that's okay. I'm definitely excited for Wish. I mean, that's definitely my most anticipated movie of 2023 and the rest of this year, actually. I definitely cannot wait for this movie, even though that's using a watercolor style, actually. Yeah, in the veins of the old Disney movies like Snow White, and also, yeah. And now let's go back on to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem, and also, yeah. And also the voice acting, I mean, let's talk about the voice acting of this movie. It's definitely fantastic. And also, the one thing I think it's amazing about this movie is that they got actual teenagers to voice the Ninja Turtles instead of having adults voice the teenagers, which honestly I think is great, actually, because honestly we barely get to see teenagers voice the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Instead, it's adults actually that have like a deep voice to actually sound like a teenager. Which honestly, I think it definitely worked. I definitely think that's really exciting that they got actual teenagers to voice the filmmakers got actual teenagers to voice the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which honestly, that's fantastic. I mean, their voice acting of that movie is definitely fantastic, and yeah, their voice acting of this movie is definitely phenomenal. So yeah, they definitely sound like actual teenagers. Like, I definitely really love how they actually got actual teenagers to voice the Ninja Turtles, actually, which honestly is really exciting. So yeah, and also, yeah. And even the other voice actors in the movie were also great. Like Maya Rudolph was also really great in this movie. I mean, yeah, even though this movie is directed by Death Row, I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. She was in his previous movie that he co-directed with She was in his previous film when he actually co-directed with, even though Jeff Rowe was the co-director on the Mitchell vs. Machines. I mean, Michael Rianda actually directed that movie, which honestly, yeah. And yeah, she played Linda Mitchell in the Mitchell vs. Machines, and also, yeah, I definitely thought she was great in this movie, actually. So yeah, and also this movie has a really talented cast, like John Cena, and also Steph Rogen also voices a character in this movie, and also Rose Byrne in this movie was also great in this film as well, and also, yeah, Steph Rogen as Bebop was really great in this film as well, and yeah, like, yeah, they have a lot of talented actors in this movie as well, like, and like they were definitely great in this movie as well. I mean, yeah, and also I kind of forgot what the actress's name who played April O'Neil, but I thought she was really great in this movie as well. So yeah, and now let's talk about the music and the score of this movie, which is actually composed by Trent Reznor and Angus Ross, which so I mispronounced his that second person's correct me if I'm wrong if I pronounce that person's second name across this Ross, which correct me if I'm wrong if I actually pronounced his name correctly, but yeah, they're the composers that composed Soul actually, they actually composed to this movie as well, which I have to say, their score of this movie is definitely fantastic. It's phenomenal, actually. Like, honestly, it's definitely fantastic. I mean, yeah, they're the composers who composed Soul, actually, which honestly, yeah, I didn't even know they would compose on this movie as well. So, yeah, even though, yeah, this is a Nickelodeon movie as well, which honestly, yeah. Yeah, and also this movie is also produced also by Point Break by Steph Rogen's production company Steph Rogen's production company Point Grey Pictures, which honestly, yeah. And also this is their second animated, is that speaking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, this is actually their second animated film that they did with the first being their first animated feature being Sausage Party. So yeah, and this is really exciting that that they got to do another animated feature with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which honestly, yeah. And also, yeah. And now let's talk about the animation of this movie, which honestly, it definitely looks fantastic. I mean, yeah, it definitely looks gorgeous, actually. It's definitely fantastic. Like, yeah. And also, yeah. Yeah, and also, even though speaking of the animation of this movie, the animation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is actually done at Miko's Images Animation in Montreal and in Paris, and also it was done also in Cinesite in Vancouver as well, which honestly, yeah, 2 animation studios also animated this movie actually, Miko's Animation and Cinesite, which both animated this movie. So yeah, and speaking of Miko's Images, I mean they have done the animation in Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, and also the animation in the SpongeBob movie Sponge on the Run as well, which honestly the animation of this movie is definitely fantastic. I mean, yeah. And also speaking of the filmmakers, they actually drew inspiration from coming of age films as well. And also speaking of the animation is that they were primarily influenced by school notebook sketches, which honestly, yeah. Yeah, and also, yeah, the animation of this movie is actually influenced by notebook sketches that Jeff Rowe did when he was actually younger. So yeah. So yeah, and also yeah. And also yeah, the animation of this movie is like Spider-Verse. Yeah, this movie's animation did drew influence from Spider-Verse, and also yeah. But the animation of this movie is like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but a lot more sketchy. So yeah, even though stylized animated movies like Nimona and Wish are a lot more Disney style than Spider-Verse. So yeah, and also yeah, and also yeah, I mean the stylized animation of this movie is definitely fantastic, and yeah, there is a mid-credit scene which I'm not gonna spoil, but it is gonna lead to a sequel actually, which I definitely cannot wait for that. So yeah, it's already in development. So yeah, which I definitely cannot wait for that. So yeah, and also is getting a follow-up television series called Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which will be premiering on Paramount Plus. So yeah, and honestly, yeah. So overall, guys, I have nothing else to say about this movie. So yeah, so if you haven't seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, where have you been, I recommend it. So yeah, it is now playing in theaters. So yeah. So, I am going to give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem a 10 out of 10 spectacular. So, yeah, guys, what do you think of my movie review on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem? So, yeah, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe my channel, and make sure to like this video. So, yeah. So, stay tuned for my re-review tomorrow, which will be my re-review on Anastasia, which will be Wednesday, August 16th of this year, which is going to be tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, and stay tuned for Friday, which I am going to be doing my movie review on How to Steal a Million, which will be on Friday, August 18th of this year. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, guys. So I make this wish, doing something more for us than this. Oh, more than this. Oh. Who's your favorite fearless hero? Who's your favorite fearless hero? We don't talk about Bruno, no. We don't talk about Bruno. See the light where the sky meets the sea. It calls me, and no one knows before it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go. Oh, you're just un poco loco, and bye.